Breaking overnight, head-on collision. One person is dead after a crash on I-90-94. Another is in police custody.
The loss of life during this winter storm is a very, very painful thing.
More impacts from that major storm that swept across the country over the last week. How it's still impacting those out east even more.
Another mild start to our morning. We've got the southerly winds still in the 40s. Some locations may get close to 50, but there is a cold front tonight. We'll detail the lowest temperatures coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Kelly Slifka's here with your First Warn weather forecast. And it's just so crazy how a week can change things so much.
Which do you like better, the cold and snow or this?
So I like the snow. I just don't like the cold.
You know, we can't find that happy medium, can we? You know, I know a lot of folks like the snow and like to take advantage of it, but now it's just kind of a sloppy mess out there. But it is mild, and we're not having to deal with any kind of ice on the roads. I got to remember about a week ago or so, we really got pelted with some heavier snow. Now we're looking at some of that snow starting to, well, continuing to melt, actually. Right now we're sitting at 41 here in Madison as the snowpack continues to dwindle. A little bit cooler to the north, where the snowpack is a little bit thicker. 30 right now in Watoma, so that's one of the only locations currently below freezing, at least on this map. Temperatures this morning in the upper 30s and low 40s, and we'll climb in the mid to upper 40s, and I wouldn't doubt toward the Illinois border if we don't see a couple of low 50s showing up, so unseasonably mild as we round out this later part of December. So temperatures in the 40s, upper 40s at that as we go into the afternoon hours. There might be a light shower or some drizzle that develops later today, but it shouldn't amount to too much. A southerly wind, though, up there about 10 to 15 miles per hour. A more significant storm system next week will bring us some changes. We'll detail that coming up.
Kelly, thank you, as always, for your local weather information on the go. Be sure to download our free First Warn weather and traffic app, available right now in your app store.
All right, back to that breaking news from overnight of a fatal crash in Sauk County.
Our Shane Hogan is here now with the latest details. Shane, what are we learning this morning?
Yeah, Josh, one person is dead and two others are injured following a two-car crash in Sauk County near Lake Delton. The crash happened on I-90-94, where a pickup truck was traveling westbound in the eastbound lanes. The pickup struck an eastbound sedan head-on. The passenger of the sedan was pronounced dead at the scene by the Sauk County coroner. The two other people in the sedan were taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The driver and passenger of the pickup were not injured. After further investigation, police say signs of impairment were detected from the driver of the pickup. Field sobriety tests were then done at the scene, and the driver, an 18-year-old from Reedsburg, was arrested for operating while under the influence. The driver was booked into Sauk County Jail on charges including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. So far, the names of those involved in this crash have not been released this morning. And take a look at this video. This is what I-90 looked like following the crash last night. The eastbound lanes at WISC-13 were closed for several hours as a result. At around 2:30 this morning, though, all lanes back open on I-90. That's according to WISC-DOT. Again, that investigation still happening this morning as well.
All right, Shane Hogan, thank you. New information this morning about the woman whose body was recovered from the Rock River. The Rock County Medical Examiner's Department naming UW Health doctor Billy Lynn of Chicago as the woman who drowned after breaking through the ice on the river on Friday. It happened in the town of Rock near South Edgewater Drive. That incident remains under investigation.
Another investigation underway this morning, this one in Dane County. Officials say that a man slid off a snow-covered road in the town of Dunkirk and crashed into the Ahara River. That man has been identified as 45-year-old Jacob Clevin of Stoughton, who crashed into the river on Christmas Eve and died from his injuries.
A stretch of unseasonable warm weather has begun, and you may think your shoveling days are over for a while, but the city of Madison says as the temperatures go up, so have the complaints of uncleared sidewalks. Armand Rahman has the story.
Mother Nature may have thrown us a bone with these warm temps, but Madison city officials say don't expect her to pick up the shovel.
We're asking residents to please not rely on the weather to do your job for you. If there is any snow, ice, slush on your public sidewalk, please clear it.
The complaints have been piling up of piles of snow and ice left on sidewalks. Since Christmas Day, building inspection has gotten 160 complaints of uncleared sidewalks. and 8 complaints of oversalting.
So we are in the process of visiting those sites where people have expressed that the snow ice has not been cleared. We will continue to inspect those areas tomorrow and into Friday if necessary.
If snow and ice isn't cleared, the first citation is $124. And if excess salt isn't cleared, you could be charged up to $50 at first.
If we do issue that fine, in addition to that, we will have a contractor clear the snow so it is safe to walk on, and the property owner adjacent to that public sidewalk will foot the bill for that.
And going back to this week of unseasonable temps, the city says it's not just snow and ice that can prove a nuisance or a hazard.
Even slush can be dangerous. We ask that you don't rely on the warmer weather to melt that snow.
Armand Rahman reporting. Building inspection supervisors tell News 3 Now the city issues 600 to 700 citations a year. This year, they've already issued at least 100.
Meanwhile, out east, more people are dying in the aftermath of that major winter storm. At least 37 people have now died as a result of the historic system that struck the state of New York over Christmas. Video here from inside a car buried in bone-chilling whiteout conditions on Christmas Eve. It's the last time the family of a woman who recently moved to Buffalo ever heard from her. 22-year-old Annadelle Taylor was found dead over the holiday weekend after she was trapped in her car by the historic and deadly blizzard that crippled western New York.
We are fearful that there are individuals who may have perished living alone, or two people who are not doing well in an establishment, especially those that still don't have power.
On top of tragedy, police are now warning of a crackdown on what they described as business break-ins. The city of Buffalo lifted its winter storm driving ban at midnight and replaced it with a travel advisory. That ban had been in place in Buffalo since Friday morning.
In the midst of the fiercest blizzard that has hit Buffalo in 45 years, one man has opened up his venue's doors to help those who are stranded in the deadly conditions. Craig Elston, owner of CNC Cuts Barbershop, has allowed 40 people to take shelter in his store since the storm began on Christmas Eve. He's provided food, drinks, electricity to charge phones, and places to sleep. For Elston, he would do it all over again.
A few of the people came in here and said I saved their life. A few people said I'm a national, worldwide hero. A few people said I deserve everything that's coming my way. And like I said, I didn't do it for that. I did it just to help people.
Meantime, members of the Janesville Jets hockey team doing something good this week. The team delivered teddy bears to Mercy Health Trauma Center yesterday. The teddy bears were collected at the Jets Teddy Bear Collection Night earlier this month when generous fans brought them to the game and took part in a teddy bear toss, throwing them out onto the ice.
I've been playing hockey doing this for a couple years, and every year it's pretty exciting to see how the fans come together. Obviously, more people come to the rink that day because they know it's for a good cause, and it's cool seeing the community come together for that.
The teddy bears were handed out to pediatric patients as well as adult dementia patients to provide some comfort during hospital visits.
6:07 right now. Coming up, it is the final day of our 2022 Look Back in the 608 as I share some of my best TV moments of the year that was.
And we're going to hear from J.J. Watt following his big retirement announcement.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house, with hundreds of Lazy Boy recliners in stock starting at $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale, open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And by switching, you could even save $652. Thank you, Liberty Mutual. Now, contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s was a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s, 50s hit, and I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with a large selection of in-stock inventory of power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
All week in the 608, we're taking a look back at all the fun that Josh had this year.
Yeah, today is day 4, and I think this is my favorite day because it's our final moment to check out some of the shenanigans I got myself into. And boy, there were a lot of them in the 608 this year. You're watching Madison's Best Morning Newscast. I've been practicing for the last 2 hours. You guys knew that I would pull the costume again, the whole wardrobe change. We're gonna take a selfie. Grab your props here. This morning, here we go.
He's got it.
Making me work today.
Well, we gotta work off that cheese, I heard.
A lot of cheese, a lot of poonskis. We're gonna come in nice and slowly here. Look at that, I did it. Now look through the turn. All the way around. Look at that. That's fun. Oh, here, just give me that ball once. There it is. And after the break, we'll explain a little bit more about what the heck I'm wearing.
Perfect. Look at you go. Very
All right,
nice.
let's make it a party. Look at that. Oh, there's monkeys jumping in here too.
Here's the phone for you.
Look at that. Mark can't miss out on all the fun. Mr. Splash. Giving Mark's camera a little wash. Hey guys, and thanks for letting me hold this little guy. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh, so cute here in this 608.
We got lambs here, Daryl our donkey, and then our zebra, ZZ, like ZZ Top.
Bessie's big.
Bessie's big, yeah. She's about 1,200 pounds. She's a little smaller, but she still eats a lot.
I can see that. One more for Peppa, last one.
Gotta finish her
right
breakfast.
Here, right here. There it goes. Shake your tail feathers, JoJo, shake your tail feathers. Ta-da!
Oh, my Josh is doing it! Go to the fair, watch Josh do more! It's amazing! Look at this!
I'm doing it! We're rocking the heels. I can move, I can spin, I can dance. Oh boy, how's that left foot? Oh, there it is. Oh, I almost knocked it over. Okay, that went a lot faster than I expected. I'll wait until we get things moving. It's gonna be a lot more fun. Here we go. See you later. Always a lot of fun in the 608. Remember, you can always go back and watch our features. Just go to our section of channel3000.com. You'll find an interactive map that our web team put together. It's pretty awesome. It pinpoints all of the places that we've been across southern Wisconsin.
You've been so many places, too.
All over the place.
That map has filled up quite a bit over the last couple of years.
You know, it's been a lot of fun to be able to go to different places and experience new things, because that's what's beautiful about our state especially, is everywhere you go, from the smallest of towns to right here in our own backyard, there's always something new that you can find.
You make us smile every day. You set the bar pretty high in 2022. How are you going to top that in 2023?
I don't know. You know, obviously you see some pretty real moments in there. You obviously know that I'm not always the most athletic, especially when it comes to holding a softball bat. But, you know, I always say that, you know, it's good to be human. It's good to be authentic and showing us ourselves as well.
And that is one thing that you do every morning. Folks at home, the Josh that you see out in the field, that's the Josh that he is off camera too. It's just, he's the same guy. It's no act or anything
always
like that.
Always a goober. I'm always ridiculous. But hey, life's too short. You got to have some fun with it.
I love it. Thanks for sharing it with us.
You bet.
All right, if you want to share your story ideas, you got something cool to tell Josh, let him know. He's at Josh Brighter TV on social media, or you can email him for a chance to be featured.
Kelly Slifka's here now with your first Warren weather forecast, 6:15 right now. Boy, feeling not like late December right now, Kelly.
I know if you were out earlier yesterday, you probably noticed it almost felt like spring with a little bit of sun out there and temperatures in the 40s, and obviously with all the snow melting, all the puddles you had to dodge. And we're going to continue to melt a lot of this snow. You got to remember, it was about a week ago when we were talking about this big storm system headed our way and the bitterly cold weather. Well, that's all history right now. In fact, we completely flipped. We can't quite hit that happy medium. We're headed in the upper 40s today, and some locations may be getting close to 50. It will be another breezy day with above average temperatures. Now, there's a weak cold front that'll arrive tonight, so we're going to be in the mid to upper 40s right up until midnight. Once that cold front passes through, temperatures going down pretty quickly, and we may see some patchy drizzle or a brief shower with that front as it passes through. Most of us in the lower 40s. Up to the north, though, it is a little bit cooler. We've got 30 right now in Watoma. That's really the only temperature, at least on this map, that is below freezing currently. 41 here in Madison, outlying areas, 39 in Cottage Grove, Stoughton at 39, 42 currently in Middleton, and Sauk City right now at 39 as well. So we've got the southerly wind, the jet stream right now coming in out of the south. We've got a ridge of high pressure over the eastern half of the United States. Notice this trough off to our west. A lot of the coldest air with this trough will be shunted up to the north and east and really won't affect us too much. A little bit tomorrow, it won't be quite as mild as what we're experiencing over the last couple of days, but in general, above average temperatures, not only this weekend, but going into next week. So that'll put us generally into the 40s for the next 5 days or so. Temperatures right now in the 40s will continue to climb into the upper 40s. Future track indicating maybe a brief shower, some patchy drizzle, some fog. Nothing major around here. It looks like the bulk of the snow is going to stay up to the north. Once again, that coldest of air being shunted up to the north. By tomorrow, though, we will see that westerly wind. That'll bring us some cooler temperatures. We'll be breezy again today with winds out of the south at about 10 to 20. And by tonight, that wind will switch around to the west. So we'll be a little bit cooler as we go into tomorrow. Upper 30s, maybe a little bit of fog. Saturday, maybe a little bit of light rain or drizzle for New Year's Eve. Not going to be a big deal. A bigger storm system will be affecting the upper Midwest early next week. We'll be on the warm side of it, so mainly rain. We do cool off behind that system, mid-30s, middle part of next week.
All right, Kelly, thanks a lot. Here's Sports Director Zach Hanley with your morning sports.
Tuesday, J.J. Watt announced that he's calling it a career after this season. Wednesday, the former Badger reflected a bit on his journey from walking on at Wisconsin to his NFL resume that's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
I've been playing this game since I was 10 years old, and it's been an unbelievable ride. And if you told me back then when I started that I'd be able to play 12 years in the National Football League and meet the people I've met and accomplish some of the things I've accomplished and live the life that I live, I'd have been extremely thankful and probably would have told you were crazy. But here I am now, and I'm extremely thankful.
It started later than expected. It ended probably after most of us went to bed. But Wisconsin did close out their season on a high note with a 7-point win over Oklahoma State in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Chase Wolf got the start and led the Badgers to 4 scoring drives, while Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi combined for 193 yards on the ground and 2 scores. And the defense, well, they did their job too, forcing 2 turnovers. Now, the best part, this group sent Jim Leonard out a winner and started the Luke Fickell era 1-0.
Not really an emotional person, but, you know, just thinking back on everything that we went through, you know, started dating back to the spring with GB and, you know, kind of just the up and downs throughout the season. And like I said, we ended exactly the way we wanted to. Just happened to get the win.
And the game's winning quarterback has decided to stay for another year in Madison. 5th-year senior Chase Wolf announced he'll be taking advantage of his COVID year and return to Wisconsin for a 6th season with the program. Last year's holiday face-off featured late-game heroics from the Badgers to take home the tournament's first-ever title. This year, Tony Granato probably hoping for a little less drama. The Badgers, well, they delivered. No score in the second, and then the Badgers got hot thanks to a guy who knows a thing or two about scoring in that building. Brock Caulfield rips one high post and in to put Wisconsin up 1-0. But then 4 minutes later, Badgers on the attack again. This time it's Carson Bantle deflecting it in to make it 2-0 Bucky. Wisconsin goes on to win 4-zip. They'll face Clarkson in the finals tonight. Bucks in Chicago taking on the Bulls. Giannis had 45 points and 22 rebounds, but DeMar DeRozan got the last laugh in overtime. He sinks the mid-range J to give the Bulls the lead for good. Bucks fall in OT, 119 to 113. Back to you.
6:20 now. Have an end-of-the-year to-do list. Why today is a good day to get it done.
And in our next half hour, the latest from Southwest Airlines this morning with even more cancellations heading into the coming days.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is having its biggest New Year's appliance sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to $700 on Frigidaire packages. Washer and dryer pairs start at $10.99. Over-the-range microwaves start at just $2.29. At Furniture and Appliance Mart, inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people I'm like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like, you gotta leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just gotta rub it around my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Ashley is having its biggest New Year's sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery. This weekend only at Ashley.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
All right, welcome back. We wanted to share Kevin Grunberg's morning. What a lovely photo. He sends us some great photos. This one is a stunner, though, wouldn't you say?
Sundog. I was going to say, that's a sundog, right?
Yep.
Great photo, Kevin. Thanks for sharing it with us. If you want to share your morning, it's easy. Just use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media.
All right, trending this morning today is National TikTok Day. And before you grab your phone and record your next 15-second video, it's not that kind of TikTok.
No, today is about tackling all that unfinished business you need to get done before the end of the year. Things like maybe a large purchase, completing charitable donations. Also, make sure you look at your bucket list. Have you checked everything off? If not, the clock is ticking. Time's running out.
I tell you what, I haven't even paid all my taxes yet, so I guess I'm way behind. Good thing I got that extension until March, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid my property taxes yesterday. First-time homeowner, so that was a dose of reality there, but got her done. Can check it off the list.
You feel a little bit lighter, don't you?
You do.
It
is kind of a relief once you're done.
Yeah, you want to start the new year with a nice clean slate. Anything we're looking forward to next year? Anything you want to try different or any changes to your life?
I don't know. That's the first time somebody's asked me.
Yeah?
I think just like that fresh mentality. I always think like starting fresh in January, going with a good mindset and trying new things.
Trying to be like I was in the 20s, maybe. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll try.
Yeah, it is a good fresh start. You know, a time to, maybe, change up your diet a little bit, maybe get out to the gym a little bit more, being a little bit more active.
Yeah, get on that bike a little bit more. And you know what? We've got some really mild temperatures. No excuse not to get out the door this morning. We've got partly cloudy skies right now. The winds are out of the south, and temperatures on the mild side. We're in the 40s, and it looks like the above average temperatures will continue for the next few days.
All right. Keep it here, folks. News 3 Now this morning is back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. Earn fuel points on every purchase and save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. With Pick and Save fuel points, all you do is win big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Garage doors are just like us. They don't like the cold weather. But if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready. We always show up in a fully stocked vehicle so we can get the job done today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in our stores. So start your cart today. Whenever, wherever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I think I've made my last flight on Southwest. I'm going to other airlines.
Another day, more problems for Southwest Airlines as more cancellations are already happening this morning.
Also, new recommendations after the review of sexual assault cases in the Wisconsin National Guard.
All right, we are starting to see a little bit of fog develop. Most of the fog currently is up to the north, but we are looking at mild temperatures again today. Some changes, though, next week.
Good Thursday morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is December 29th. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast today. Day 2 on the morning shift. How are we holding up?
Still awake and drinking plenty of coffee. I thought about that. I was here last week, this time.
Yeah.
And we were talking about a big storm system.
Yeah.
Do we even remember that anymore?
No.
I want to forget that because it was not pleasant.
All eyes forward.
The snow's fine. The bitterly cold weather, no. Well, thankfully, we're not dealing with that. A little bit of fog has developed, and most of this is up to the north where the winds are lighter, and we continue to melt some of that snow. The wind, thankfully, is keeping most of that fog at bay for most of us, at least this morning. So visibility is not a problem yet. That may be a factor later this morning into tonight. Right now, we're in the 40s. Where they are seeing that fog, look at that temperature down to 28, so might see a little bit of freezing fog up to the north. Not a problem in the Madison area. Temperatures in the lower 40s this morning, rising in the mid to upper 40s, and probably some lower 50s near the Illinois border. So it seems to be mild weather for this time of the year. Maybe a 50 showing up on the map as well. For this afternoon, we are looking at temperatures climbing into the 40s, into the upper 40s. There might be a passing shower, a little bit of fog, nothing major. We are watching a storm system next week, but it might be warm enough that we primarily see some rain. We'll talk about those temperatures taking a dip later next week as well, coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. You can stay on top of the changing conditions yourself. Just download the First Warn Weather app. Search WISC Weather wherever you get yours. Well, even with those milder temperatures returning across the country, thousands of people are still stranded at airports this morning, partly because of that system-wide meltdown at Southwest Airlines.
The company issuing another apology, but it could take days before that situation returns to normal. Shane Hogan is here with the latest this morning. Shane, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Josh. That's right. The issues at Southwest continuing this morning as 2,300 more flights have already been canceled for today. Now, this comes after over 2,500 cancellations yesterday. The airline is trying to resolve this issue, and in the meantime, they're highlighting new features on the company's website where those affected travelers can go to rebook flights, request refunds, and submit info on missing bags. But this could be a little too late as some travelers are still dealing with that lost luggage. But as you can see here, there is some relief when reuniting with your personal items.
I just haven't had this bag in a week. I've been wearing other people's clothes. I want to wear my wardrobe.
You can hear the excitement in his voice. Southwest executives, though, releasing an apology saying they pledge to do everything they can to repair their relationship with travelers. Again, those cancellations still mounting up today at Milwaukee's General Mitchell Airport. The majority of Southwest flights, both arrivals and departures, are canceled for today. So even more people impacted this morning, guys.
I just don't know at this point how Southwest can repair their reputation and earn the trust back, especially of all those travelers who have been stranded for several days now. But to see the joy on that guy's face,
just have his own clothes again.
We all know that feeling too. We know it.
That feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Shane. All right, let's take a look at Los Angeles this morning. This is LAX, where the West Coast not only dealing with the southwest problems, they are reeling from hurricane-force winds, heavy rain, and snow. 50,000 people currently without power, and 3 new storms are set to hit the region on New Year's Day. This video here, new, showing the conditions in California, Washington, and Oregon. Meteorologists are warning that a new string of severe weather could add even more strain on the ongoing travel mess. Of the 3 new storm systems making their way east from the Pacific, meteorologists are concerned that a massive series of mudslides could plague the drought-ridden state.
Back here at home, new this morning, authorities say a teen was seriously injured on a snowmobile crash. It happened in the town of Newark, just north of Beloit. Authorities were called to a stretch of South Highway H around 12:40 yesterday afternoon. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says that the teen was thrown from the snowmobile and taken to a local hospital for treatment. The Greene County DNR is investigating.
An update now. Last year, the State Department of Justice wrapped up an 18-month review of sexual assault cases in the Wisconsin National Guard. A legislative committee now has recommendations on what to do about it. That committee is recommending that the legislature make a series of changes to how the Guard operates. That includes an annual report the Guard must provide to state lawmakers on the number of incidents and policy changes related to sexual misconduct. The bills would also align the state's military code of justice with the federal uniform code of justice. Representative Tony Kurtz, who chairs the committee, says the legislation is a good first step.
I think collectively, one thing you got out of the committee is we don't want this to happen again. I don't think any citizen in the state wants it. I know the Guard doesn't want this to happen again.
These bills are still in draft form, but are expected to be introduced when the new session starts in January. They have bipartisan support, including from the governor.
State taxpayers spent about $76,000 to fund a DNR policy board member's legal fight to remain on the board after his term expired. That's according to new reporting from the Wisconsin State Journal. Fred Prane was first appointed by Governor Walker in 2015, but he refused to step down after Governor Evers was elected. Attorney General Josh Kaul sued to have him removed, but the Republican-leaning Supreme Court sided with Prane, saying he could stay on. Prane announced he is resigning this Friday, quote, saying now is the time for me to move on.
Applications for the City of Madison's 2023 Neighborhood Grant Program are now open through February 20th. Neighborhood associations and other groups can apply for a grant to improve their neighborhood or organizations. The goal of these grants is to help fund projects that enhance the community or help groups that enhance the community. The city typically gives out about $25,000 in grants, with each recipient getting between $1,000 and $5,000.
A Partyville home is a total loss this morning after an overnight fire. Firefighters were called to a house fire on Ornkey Road just north of Highway 33 last night. When crews arrived on the scene, they could see the flames. It took about 30 to 45 minutes to get it under control. Mutual aid was called in from neighboring departments, mainly for water resupply due to its rural location.
When I arrived on scene, we had fire showing here at the house behind me, heavy fire, and nobody was home at the time. We have no injuries at this point. Fire still under investigation, and it will be a total loss.
The home is a rental, and we spoke with the person renting it off camera. He tells us he was not home at the time, but he does have a place to stay for the time being.
New video from Alaska this morning. Imagine your house sitting for a friend and a plane almost comes through the house. Well, for Rick Long in Wasilla Lake, that's what happened. Long said hurricane-force winds blew this aircraft here across the ice right toward the house. He called 911. Shortly after, thankfully, the plane stopped moving. The owner of the aircraft is currently looking for help to flip it back on its skis.
Wow.
Yeah, you need a buddy or two to help flip that thing.
Just a little bit.
All right, let's take a look outside here in southern Wisconsin this morning. We have some warmer temps out there, melting a lot of the snow. We have some more precipitation in the forecast, though. Kelly is timing it all out in his first warm forecast.
Very, very quiet.
And a police officer charged with beating a veteran. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Prices slashed further at Denny's Jewelers Retirement Sale. Now save up to 65% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 65% off. Pete, Denny, and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join them for their retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers Retirement Sale is in progress. Prices slashed further. Now save up to 65% off. All must go. 1903 Cuyahoga Street, Middleton.
You might be rooting for different teams, but there's one thing you all cheer for. Brew Pub. Lots of matzo pizza. Loaded with over a half a pound of real Wisconsin cheese and piled high with your favorite premium toppings. It's so good, you won't even notice that interception. Stock up before the big game. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are only $5.49 each. Now at Menards. Available for a limited time only. Hurry in while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
When I say I've been living Atkins for years, that doesn't mean I've been on a diet for years. Of course, there are times when I want to lose a few pounds. So for me, it's Atkins to the rescue. And with Atkins, it doesn't have to take over your life. I mean, look at the great things you can have. Fresh recipes that deliver quality proteins and aren't full of sugars or refined carbs. Check out all their free tools and recipes at Atkins.com. No meetings, nothing to join. Did I mention it's all free?
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. Keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified, most accurate team, First Warn Weather. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We are waking up to some mild temperatures this morning. It's hard to believe a week ago we were talking about this big winter storm and this Arctic chill that was going to occur. Well, we had it, and now we're completely on the opposite side of that. We are looking at mild temperatures, above average temperatures, and that will continue right into early next week. Now, we will take a dip tomorrow as a cold front arrives later tonight, but we're still going to be above average tomorrow, and then we'll warm it up this weekend. Now, with this front as it passes in, we might see a little bit of fog, drizzle. Can't rule out a passing shower, but it's not going to amount to too much. Now, we do have some cooler weather up to the north. In fact, it's down to 28, so below freezing in Watoma. Black River Falls there in the valley, 32 degrees, but most of us in southern Wisconsin sitting in the lower 40s and will continue to rise. Right now, we're currently at 41, 39 in Oregon, Stoughton, and Rockdale, a lot of 39s showing up on the map. Middleton currently at 42, so the snow melt continues. Roads are a little bit damp this morning, and we really dwindled our snow amount here in the Madison area. Still pretty good snow up into the northern parts of the state. In fact, as you look at the legend there, upwards of a foot to 2 feet of snow up in northern Wisconsin toward Lake Superior. But we'll continue to melt the snow across the eastern half of the United States with the above average temperatures continuing, even though we will take a little bit of a dip tomorrow. But it looks like above average temperatures will continue as we start 2023. So 40s into the weekend. Normal temperature right now 28, 29 degrees. We will dip a little bit early next week, but still running above that average, looking at temperatures next week in the mid-30s. Southerly winds will continue up there at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. That'll keep our temperatures above average and continue to melt quite a bit of that snow. Future track looking at low 40s this morning, mid-40s by the noon hour, upper 40s it looks like later this afternoon, maybe a 50 or 2 showing up down to the south. A passing shower possible as that front approaches around the midnight hour. Winds will switch around the west. That'll bring us some cooler temperatures tomorrow, but still running above average it looks like. So 47 today. We drop down into the lower 30s tonight, upper 30s tomorrow, and then the weekend for New Year's Eve, maybe a passing shower. 40s, though, and then we'll see a more significant storm system, mainly rain for us. Heavier snows in northern Wisconsin early next week. Temperatures tail off into the mid-30s by Wednesday.
All right. Kelly Slivka, thanks a lot. 6:43 now. It's been nearly 3 years since the protests following the murder of George Floyd in police custody. Now, a former Minneapolis police officer is being charged with beating a St. Paul veteran, Jaleel Stallings. Former officer Justin Stenson was patrolling with other officers, firing rubber bullets at people after curfew.
Very, very quiet. We're nothing activists. Gotcha!
Officers fired a rubber bullet at Stallings' chest. He then fired 3 rounds back. As soon as Stallings saw it was police, he put his gun down and complied. Officers rushed him, kicked, punched, and slammed his head into the pavement. Experts say that the officer's response was unreasonable, excessive, and violated the basic forms of policing. Former Officer Stenson is charged with 1 count of felony assault.
Oh, we've been talking a lot about ice safety this week with the changing temperatures. 2 fishermen are safely back on land in Sturgeon Bay after being rescued from a floating piece of ice. Authorities say that 2 men were ice fishing near Sherwood Point before being stranded. Door County Fire and the U.S. Coast Guard responded with 2 rafts to rescue them. They were rescued in under an hour and no injuries were reported.
All this week in the 608, we've been taking a look back at all the fun that Josh had in 2022.
And boy, did we have a lot of it. Today is our final day, day 4 of looking back at the year that was. Let's see all the shenanigans I got myself into in the 608 this year. You're watching Madison's best morning newscast. I've been practicing for the last 2 hours. You guys knew that I would pull the costume again, the whole wardrobe change. We're gonna take a selfie. Grab your props here. This morning, here we go.
He's got it.
Making me work today.
Well, we gotta work off that cheese, I heard.
A lot of cheese, a lot of poonskis. We're gonna come in nice and slowly here. Look at that, I did it. Now look through the turn. All the way around. Look at that. That's fun. Oh, here, just give me that ball once. There it is. And after the break, we'll explain a little bit more about what the heck I'm wearing.
Perfect. Look at you go. Very
All right,
nice.
let's make it a party. Look at that. Oh, there's Mark. He's jumping in here, too.
Here's a phone for you.
Look at that. Mark can't miss out on all the fun. Mr. Splash. Giving Mark's camera a little wash. Hey, guys. And thanks for letting me hold this little guy. Look at this, you guys. Oh, my gosh. So cute here in the 608.
We got lambs here, Daryl our donkey, and then our zebra, ZZ, like ZZ Top.
Bessie's big.
Bessie's big, yeah. She's about 1,200 pounds. She's a little smaller, but she still eats a lot.
I can see that. One more for Peppa, last
Gotta
one.
finish her
right
breakfast.
Here, right here. There it goes. Shake your tail feathers, JoJo, shake your tail feathers. Ta-da!
Oh my Josh is doing it! Come to the fair and watch Josh do more! It's amazing! Look at this!
I'm doing it! We're rocking the heels. I can move, I can spin, I can dance. Oh boy. How's that left foot? Oh, there it is. Oh, I almost knocked it over. Okay, that went a lot faster than I expected. I'll wait until we get things moving. It's gonna be a lot more fun. Here we go. See you later. We'll see you in 2023. Remember, you can always go back and watch our features by going to channel3000.com. There's an interactive map for you to see all of the places we've been across southern Wisconsin.
So many good moments from the year. Like they were, it makes for such live TV, but then, I mean, because you're out there every day, like you forget about some of those.
You do.
It brings back a lot of memories.
This has been a lot of fun this week to kind of look back and see some of those moments, like poor Barbara Beeling up in Sun Prairie after I just knocked her out coming down the slide.
Oh.
That morning, I tell you what, I don't know what they put on that slide, if they put some oil or whatever, but I just went like a rocket, and she didn't see it coming. So.
Good times, good time. The bar's set pretty high for 2023.
Really is. I know, yeah. So please keep sending me your wacky ideas. You guys know I'll do anything, right?
And he means anything.
And I mean anything. So yeah, keep letting me know what is inspiring you here in the 608 in your own backyard. I'd love to come visit you in the new year. You can reach out either on social media or email for that chance to be featured. All right, coming up on 649 on a Thursday morning and in the morning sprint, a new program to combat homelessness and opioid addiction.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us their pictures. We can help them celebrate on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with a large selection of in-stock inventory of power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands of furniture for every room in your house with Serta Queen sets from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Focused on you. SSM Health Davis Duerdine Eye Care.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news from overnight of a tragic crash near Lake Delton. It happened on I-90-94. The State Patrol says a pickup truck going the wrong way slammed into a car and killed the driver of that car. They arrested the driver of the truck, an 18-year-old from Reedsburg, for driving under the influence. There were other people in the vehicles as well. You can read more about the story up on channel3000.com.
Midwest Communications mogul Dewey Duke Wright has died at the age of 83. After 1958, Duke took over Midwest Communications and expanded its operations across 9 states with over 80 stations. Before his death, Wright was inducted into the Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame.
Changes are being recommended to the state legislature to have the National Guard give an annual report of incidents and policy changes related to sexual misconduct. Support for these changes is bipartisan, and changes could come as soon as January.
Governor Tony Evers announcing a program designed to combat homelessness and opioid addiction. The Recovery Voucher Program will use $2 million to provide affordable housing to homeless people who've been diagnosed with opioid use disorder. The program is funded by part of the money the state received from a nationwide opioid settlement.
Expect to keep paying more for eggs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says prices jumped nearly 50% this year through November. Some reasons: the avian flu reducing poultry flocks and rising feed and energy costs for producers. Experts think the peak has passed, but until these conditions improve, prices will remain high.
U.S. House staffers have to remove TikTok from their government phones. A House committee voted this week to ban the Chinese-owned app due to a number of security risks. The FBI director said that he's concerned the Chinese government could use the app to control data collection. TikTok has previously claimed the security concerns are overstated.
New York's second largest city still feeling the impacts of that major winter storm that swept across the country. Officials in Buffalo arresting 10 people for alleged looting during the blizzard. The ban on driving in Buffalo was lifted at midnight, as well as throughout western New York. Meanwhile, only 3 Buffalo residents remain without power at this hour, down from a high of 20,000 customers.
More than 30 people have died from the snowstorm. That number is going up, too, in New York. Emergency crews started going door to door for wellness checks in areas they couldn't reach during the blizzard. The Buffalo airport has reopened for the first time since the storm hit.
With COVID-19 cases surging in China, the Biden administration announcing a new COVID testing requirement for travelers from there beginning January 5th. All travelers to the U.S. from China will be required to take a COVID test no more than 2 days before travel and provide a negative test before boarding their flight. Other countries like Italy and Japan have already announced their own new testing requirements on those arriving from China.
Oh, this video just does not look real. New drone footage showing a row of houses fully crystallized in ice, turning Ontario's Fort Erie town into a fairy tale ice town this week. It's all part of that historic blizzard that hit the U.S. and Canada over the Christmas weekend that brought on strong winds, freezing rain, heavy snowfall, power outages, and a massive cancellation of flights.
All right, that massive storm now is out of here, and we've got some mild weather on the backside of it, and visibility's not too bad. Most locations, a little bit of fog developed up toward Wautoma, where temperatures have dipped into the upper 20s. We'll look at partly to mostly cloudy skies. Might start to see a little bit of drizzle or even a passing shower. See a few snowflakes and sprinkles up there in northern Wisconsin. That's out ahead of a cold front that'll arrive later tonight. But right now, we're mild. In fact, we're just up to 42 degrees, 43 in Wisconsin Dells. We are calling for mild temperatures today. That cold front does arrive after midnight tonight, so it will be colder tomorrow, but still above average. In fact, we'll be in the upper 30s, maybe a brief shower or some drizzle. Possibility again on Saturday if you're headed out for New Year's Eve. That could be a major storm system. A stronger storm will arrive on Monday and Tuesday. Monday night and Tuesday could actually bring some heavier rain around here, and then behind that we do cool off a little bit toward the middle of next week with temperatures in the middle 30s.
A nice little break from winter.
Yeah, but break, it's hard to believe. It was just a week ago that we had the storm.
Crazy.
Have a great day, folks. We're back with the news and weather update in 30 minutes.